Hi guys, this is Harsh and today I am going to explain you what RAID means in an operating system. So RAID is the technique in which we use multiple physical hard drives which is equal to a single logical hard drive. We use RAID to increase performance, fault tolerance and reliability. Earlier, RAID was known as redundant array of inexpensive disks because earlier larger hard drives were too costly, so we used multiple smaller hard drives. So they were cost effective, so they were inexpensive. But nowadays we use multiple hard drives to increase performance and reliability. So nowadays RAID is known as redundant array of independent disks based on certain criteria in which how the multiple physical hard drives are used. There are different levels of RAID. So let us study them one by one. In RAID 0, we divide the data into stripes, and these stripes are equally divided among the number of disks present. So in this case, the entire data will be divided into stripes, and those stripes will be distributed among disk 0 and disk 1. This will help us increase the performance. For an example, let us consider that we ask one man to write A to Z, then this process will be slower as compared to if we ask two men to write A to Z. That is, one man will write from A to M and the other man will write from N to Z. This will speed up the process. So that is why more the number of disks involved, faster will be the performance. In RAID 1, what we do is that we create a copy of entire one disk into another disk. This is also known as mirroring. It helps to increase the reliability because if one of the disk gets lost, then we will have the other one to access the data, but it doesn't help in increasing the performance. RAID 1 is expensive as we need to maintain copies of all the disks that we have, so this will require more number of disks, so that is why RAID 1 is very expensive. In RAID 2, we use error correcting code like Hamming code. We split the data bitwise among few disks while rest are used for storing the error correcting code. Here, more than 2 bits are used for error correcting code. This may help in faster reading, but for every write operation, we will have to calculate the error correcting code, so it lowers the write operation. Also, it requires minimum 3 dedicated disks for storing the error correcting code, as more than 2 bits are used for storing the error correcting code, and it is also expensive. So RAID 2 is not used much. In RAID 3, we overcome RAID 2's flaw. In RAID 2, we used minimum 3 disks for storing the error correcting code, but here we use the concept of parity instead of error correcting code. We maintain only one single disk for storing parity values, while among the rest the data is divided bitwise. Parity value is XOR value of A1, A2 and A3. If they contain even number of ones, parity value is set to 0, and if odd number of ones, then parity value is 1. This helps in increasing the data transfer rate as all the disks participate in every read and write operation. So performance will be higher. As we discussed that example earlier, more number of men together will finish writing A to Z fast instead of just one man. But as all the disks are participating in every read and write operation, number of accesses won't increase as no disk is free to service a new read request. RAID 4 is similar to RAID 3. Only difference is that in RAID 3 we divide the data bitwise, but in RAID 4 we divide the data blockwise, as blocks are bigger than bits. So for a small read or write operation, only one disk will be used. So rest of the disks will be available to service other read or write requests. Thus, RAID 4 increases the number of simultaneous accesses, but its data transfer rate is lesser compared to RAID 3 because all the disks don't participate in every read or write operation. RAID 4 is suitable mainly for large read or write operations because if the content to read or write is more than one block, more than one disks will be used and performance will be boosted. In RAID 3 and 4, we stored parity info in a single disk. If this disk is lost, we will lose all our backup. So to overcome this drawback in RAID 5, parity data is divided evenly among all the disks rather than maintaining a dedicated disk. Any formula can be used for placing parity evenly. We store parity of an entire block in one disk and the actual data of that block is divided into the remaining disks. RAID 5 reduces the potential overuse of a single parity disk. As only one bit of parity is used, it helps to recover only if one disk fails. But if two disks fail, RAID 5 won't help to restore the damaged data. RAID 6 is similar to RAID 5, but in RAID 5 we used one parity bit so we could recover failure of only one disk. But in RAID 6 we used two bits instead of one. This extra bit stores extra redundant information to guard against multiple disk failures. Error correction codes like Reed Solomon codes are also used. RAID 10 is the hybrid of RAID 0 and RAID 1. It has two types, RAID 0 plus 1 and RAID 1 plus 0. In RAID 0 plus 1, we first mirror the data and then stripe both the copies of data. In RAID 1 plus 0, we first stripe the data and then mirror it to form another copies of them. If my video was useful to you, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel.